Hello, and a very special welcome to the game that Nintendo does not want you to play. I promise that I fix the recording ratios later. I'm doing a crop in of the full screen for a few reasons. One, so you could see what I'm doing as I'm updating things and configuring things, and the other because I'm not going to leave a trail of exactly where to go, but if you go exploring and find this yourself, well, now you have some hints. I am running the game on Debian Linux, however it is native to Windows. I believe it was built with the RPG Maker toolkit. At a glance, I don't see a way to increase this window size, so this is the full size of the game. And I was waiting to see if this little intro cutscene actually showed any of the Pokemon, but it doesn't seem to. Just a few of the credits to the developers, I guess. And so very much slow motion running. What is this, Baywatch? So without any further ado, let's get into the banned Pokemon game. I have had Pokemon Uranium version on my radar for a very long time. By chance, the first time I went to go and download it was like 2 days after their official takedown notice from Nintendo. The title song is relatively mellow. Kinda neat that the title moves around in regards to the mouse cursor. Okay, that wasn't just for show. We can use the mouse to select menu items. I'm gonna poke around for a bit, adjust the volume, see what the default keybinds are. Okay, it looks like C and X, or space and X, are going to be the most ergonomic keybinds for your action and cancel, at least based on default settings. I'm sure you can remap this. Multiple saves and auto-saving. Very, very pleasant to see in a Pokemon game. Ooh, built-in Nuzlocke mode. That's actually really neat. I mean, we're not going to be doing that right now because this is my first time playing Uranium, but that is great and duly noted for challenge runners. His name's Bamb'o? Oh no. Well, I've already seen the controls and remapping of them, so I'm going to make the wild assumption that this is a relatively standard Pokemon game progression. I mean, it can't be any weirder than Sun or Moon. And yeah, that looks like a bog standard explanation for someone who has never played a Pokemon game before. That is not any Pokemon sprite that I'm familiar with, but I think the cry that it let out actually was. And in terms of the generic off-brand Pokemon sprites, this one looks pretty good so far. Like, I don't have too many issues with that. It looks like a more recent generation Pokemon, honestly. Alright, 3 options for the player sprite. Each of them have a different colored background. I don't know if it signifies anything in terms of what changes in the game. The sprites look fine. Like, I've seen some rough ROM hacks, but this looks like it was made with serious care. I guess that's why Nintendo tried to get rid of it. Okay, that's a nice touch, stealing the current computer user's username as a default name. Music's a little ominous in contrast with what we were dealing with. Okay, Dad's a Pokemon Ranger, giving Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness vibes though. And it seems our mother is a nuclear scientist. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. This is about to get very dark. Okay, we're losing Mama Bear into Chernobyl, aren't we? And Dad took that cataclysm and buried himself in his work. Checks out. You know, in the earlier generation Pokemon games, there's the implication of the ongoing war, which is the explanation as to why parents are unavailable. But you kind of need to dig into the lore to find out about that, whereas this is all right up front. This is why Dad's not around. Oh wow, we're getting straight into the it's genuinely child labor here. You're off living with your aunt, but she can't afford to raise you, so you're taking a job with the local professor. Cool. Personally, I like that they're not holding the punches here. I feel like it's very promising in that they'll probably have a very well fleshed out mid to late game plot, I'm hoping. But boy oh boy oh boy oh boy, can I understand why Nintendo does not like this. Okay, so it looks to me like they took Leaf Green and Fire Red sprites and just like slapped it with an HD overlay. It's giving me Gen 3 vibes, but upscaled for modern equipment. Also, always take the free potion from your PC when it's available. And now that we're past the intro cutscene, before we go and figure out how we get our first Pokemon, I'm just going to adjust the screen. So we're going to save, go back to the main menu, and give me a minute before I actually resume. I'm going to check out that check for updates button just for ha-has to see if it works. There's no way it could work. Wait, no way. So this is beyond wild to me because the game hasn't had an official update since 2016. Not only does the updater seem to be working natively, but upon doing some additional research, it seems like the game does in fact get relatively frequent updates, at least seasonal mystery gifts. I'm trying not to spoil the experience and the surprise for myself, but like, what? I wasn't expecting updates to be happening. And controller support added in this most recent update. That is beyond amazing. Now I could just use my gamepad. Anyway, it looks like the community in general took over development for the game. And for a fan game, I think that's kind of fitting anyway. Anyway, I'm definitely gonna have to play this at least up until the point we figure out how mystery gifts get dropped off. But otherwise, I want this to be relatively blind, and we're just gonna double check that the patch actually applied and I don't need to reconfigure anything else. Alright, well that looks good. Let me see how the mystery gifts are formatted, though I'm not going to actually redeem one right now. Usually you need to be at a shop. Usually you need to be at a shop in order to get whatever you're getting. Alright, cool. It's an entirely new region, it seems. And pretty standard stuff around the room. I'm sorry, I said I was going to resize the window. Let me do that.
The things I do for love.
Realizing this would work better if I had a separate rig capturing my screen rather than just using one instance of OBS. But there we go, much better and in full screen, at least for you guys. Alright, let's take that from the top and adjust the volume. Okie doke, let's get out into the world and start our adventure. I guess I should start by talking to my auntie here and discussing the ethics of child labor and getting out into the world. Getting my running shoes, that's always good, like to be able to run. And the rival, I guess, is gonna be named Theo. Sounds like it's gonna be a younger brother type of arc. And a message to come back home after I get my starter. Okay. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Okay, but seriously, I don't know where I'm going. Well, alrighty then, it seems we've spotted the stand user, or in this case, the gym leader. Scratch that, he's allegedly retired, but he is our rival's father. And it seems our rival is an impatient little brat who already ran off to go to the lab, so now we need to go catch up. Ah, I can tell they're related, because of the hair that's totally not dyed. Plot hole 2, he left before me. How is he behind me? I'm sorry, the music makes him, I don't know, seem like he thinks he's a bigger threat than he is. Like, this is clearly a child, even relative to my character sprite. Oh, are they gonna do this mystery dungeon style? Yeah, let's just jump into it. Oh, okay, it's color-coded anyway. Like, I was just gonna take whatever, but yeah, we're going fire type. Did they just all tell you when you're older, this kid?
Like no one ever was.
Oh, whoa. I would lose who's that Pokemon right now. Raptorch. Raptor and Torch, like fire. Do I literally just have a fire-breathing dinosaur? That's amazing! Right, and of course we need to name this guy, because what fun is it if you don't? Let's think, how about Chomp? No!
Jonathan! We shall call him Jonathan.
Alright, so that name seems to be Orchid and Lynx, but like, guys, you could have just called it Catnip. Poor Professor Bamb'o, just like not in the lab, guys, please. Wait, these guys aren't reskins? I'm starting with Ember? I can't think of another fire type starter that actually starts with a fire type move. Oh wow, that made this painfully easy. I wonder if the game naturally rolls really low defense IVs for your rival. Yeah, like this feels, I mean, don't get me wrong, most of the intro fights are meant to be in your favor anyway in most of the franchise, but this feels scripted towards you're supposed to win it regardless. Especially if they're automatically giving your rival the type that's weak to you. Oh boy, are we just gonna be babysitting our own rival throughout the entire game? Well, at least I already know where his house is. I wonder what happens if I try and skip over fetching him from his house. Is it weird that I feel embarrassed for this kid? But for real, that's pretty good parenting though overall. Unlike our silent protagonist's father. Sorry, Chief, don't know if I can do that. He's already getting on my nerves. I mean, I get that this is for the plot for us, but like, dude, that's just cruel to mention. Okay, it's the Pokenav, but like with an MP3 player, I guess. Oh no. Oh no. The game just became unresponsive, and I haven't saved in a bit. Well, I suppose that really can only mean one thing. If you know, you know. Aha! Triumph! Alright, now that I've saved, and we're, at least here with the item, let's re-explore and see if that bug is recreatable or if it was a one-off. Alright, so the first track didn't actually cause the issue, the second one down the list did, and let me switch over to a full screen grab again just so that we could see everything. That appears to be a missing dynamic link library error. I'm assuming that if you're actually playing on native Windows, you won't ever see this issue. But hey, if you're on Windows and you see this, let me know in the comments below. Always good to document bugs for posterity's sake, but for now, let's get back to our lovable Professor Bamb'o. Okay, pretty standard explanation. Not seeing a battle cutscene yet though, which is promising. I hate when they shift you into a battle scene just for a really slow professor explanation. That's my biggest gripe with Gen 3 games. I wonder if I get to battle with the professor later. Also, I wonder if there's a reasonable way to go about getting the other two starters in a single instance. I'm sorry, Kevlar Town? Learning from our earlier mistake, now that we have the Pokedex and Pokeballs, we are once again going to save immediately, because I don't want to deal with it if the game crashes again. Who are you and how do you know who I am? I wonder if this birdie also has the same type attack bonus move at a low level. Well, that's a bit close for comfort. I guess I should really try and catch something else before I proceed. Okay, this is where we're gonna get the fishing rod after, presumably that's the first gym. Alright, well with all of the debugging, this video is already starting to run kind of long. We're just gonna run back home, heal, and pick up where we left off in the next video. Next time we'll find out if Auntie had anything for us, and we'll also at least play through to unlocking the mystery gifts that are currently out.